Mike Rowe is the host of the web series Returning the Favor. He joins us now with reaction. I believe he is in Baltimore today. Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning, guys. Nice to see you. Fully caffeinated, no makeup, ready to go.
Excellent. Just the way we love you. You know, it got started about 10 days, 2 weeks ago in Texas, when they made it very clear this is such a gigantic storm. Folks need to be rescued, and they should not wait for the government because it's going to take a while for the government to mobilize. So what happened? Neighbor helped neighbor. They rescued people there. They're doing the same thing down in Florida and much across the southeast.
It's the oldest story in the world, and it still surprises us when it happens. You know, when we see neighbors acting neighborly, we see Samaritans becoming good Samaritans. It's good for the soul. It's always the silver lining. It's always there. The Cajun Navy just stole the show to the extent that it was a show and just made us nod and go, yeah, I wish they were my neighbors.
Yeah. Mike, the other thing is people just took responsibility for themselves. Not only are people helping each other out, the Houston, the police, the Houston state cops said, hey, I don't have enough boats. I'm going to need boats. So people lined up to give boats. The other thing is people took personal responsibility. Instead of saying, yeah, I didn't know. I don't have nowhere to go. I had no drive. My car's flooded now. People said, okay, it's up to me to make this work and to listen. I'm encouraged in both Florida and Texas.
Also, an old story, and yet it feels new because I think a lot of people have a sense that we sort of abdicated that or maybe arbitraged it out of our own existence. That's who we are. That's what we always do. We don't sit around and we don't wait. But when you sit around and wait, it's pretty easy to assume that that is, in fact, a strategy. Obviously, it's not. When the chips are down, that never works in the history of time. And we see it once again, and we'll see it again, I'm sure.
Mike, you have a new series called Returning the Favor. I love that name. It's on Facebook. Tell us all about it.
It's completely out of control in the same way that Dirty Jobs and Somebody's Got to Do It attempted to profile regular people in small towns doing things that we thought were worth profiling. Returning the Favor takes it a step further. We look for people who are slightly better than the average citizen, who are doing something nice in their communities. We go, we do something nice for them, we surprise them. It was really an experiment. We just started a few weeks ago, but we've got something like 25 million views, and Facebook is like, you want to do some more? And I'm thinking, there are only 300 million people in the country, so I think maybe I do.
That's right. Wow. Well, if the folks watching right now are not part of the 25 million views, you'd like to see a little clip of Returning the Favor, here is one.
The crew and I are back on the road, searching America for bloody do-gooders. People who are slightly better than us, doing nice things for their community in a completely selfless way. It's pretty simple. We find them, we meet them, and then we surprise them. I'm Mike Rowe. This is Returning the Favor.
Nice. And if we have an example of that, how do we get that message to you?
The entire thing's programmed off my Facebook page. We literally have 20,000 suggestions coming in. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it. And Brian, to tell you the truth, it really, the whole genesis for this thing wasn't to do another show. Shows are fine. We wanted to say, listen, if all you do is watch angry people protesting or disasters or calamity, in time you're going to feel bad. It's just science. There's so many other things that you can look at. Obviously, we don't want you to put your head in the sand. Current events are critical, but there's more to the world than death, doom, and destruction. And these stories in these little towns, in the way we're telling them, I don't want to overstate it. I think it's the feel-good hit of the summer.
Yeah, the forgotten people, the forgotten people, the heroes out there, and that's what makes America great. Thank you so much, Mike. That's awesome.
Guys, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You bet. Check it out on Mike Rowe's Facebook page.
And thanks for making us all feel bad for not doing this first.
You're welcome.